Indices. This is another chapter in mathematics which we are going to start today. Now the word indices is a plural of word index. Okay, index is singular and indices is plural. So this is plural of index. Okay. In this chapter we will discuss about index number. So the name of the chapter is indices. Now what is index number? If any number which is a real number, let us suppose that a is a real number and it is raised to some power n, then this number will be called index number. Okay, so we can simply say that a real number raised to some power is called an index number. As for example, a to the power n. Now this a is called base and n is called power, or you can also say it index. Okay, but power is more commonly used in mathematics. So a is base and n is the power. Now if you write a to the power n, it means a is multiplied to itself n times. Let us make it more clear. Suppose that if you have written 3 to the power 4, it means 3 is base and 4 is power. So you are going to multiply 3 for 4 times. That is 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. So in short form you can write 3 raised to the power 4. Similarly, if you write 2 raised to the power 5, then it means you will multiply 2 with 2 for 5 times. That is 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. This is the expanded form of 2 raised to the power 5. Okay. Similarly, if somebody writes p raised to the power m, it means p is multiplied to p for m times. Now m may be any number. It may be 6 times, 7 times, 8 times, 10 times, whatever may be the value of m. Okay. So this is basic concept of index number, or we can say indices. Okay. Now in this chapter we will use some definite formula to calculate or we can say solve the problems based on indices. Okay. What are those formulas? Those formulas are very simple. They are not very complex formula. They are just derived from this type of expressions. Okay. So let us know about the formula. Here I will write formula and here I will do some calculations from which we will derive the formula. Okay. Now first one is this. Let us suppose 2 cube into 2 raised to the power 2. How can you solve this? You just need to expand it. 2 raised to the power 3 means 2 is multiplied to itself for 3 times. So you can write 2 into 2 into 2. And 2 raised to the power 2 means 2 is multiplied for 2 times. For more convenient case, let us suppose it 4 times. Okay, the power is 4. So you will write 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 for this and for this. So ultimately 2 is multiplied for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can write 2 raised to the power 7. Okay. So the simple formula for this whole expression will be 2 raised to the power 3 plus 4. It means if the base are same, then powers are added if there is multiplication sign between them. Okay. So we can write a formula. Our first formula is a raised to the power m into a raised to the power n is equal to a raised to the power m plus n. You must notice that if base are same and there is a sign of multiplication between the two expressions, then we add the powers. This is our first formula, which will be used more commonly in our exercise. Okay. Second, let us write 2 raised to the power 5 divided by 2 raised to the power 3. Now you can solve it. If you write 2 raised to the power 5, then multiply 2 to itself for 5 times. So you can write it like this. And 2 to the power 3 means 2 is multiplied to 2 for 3 times. This is the expanded form of this quantity. Now this 2 will cancel this will cancel this, and this will cancel this. So you got 2 into 2, that is 2 into 2 is equal to 2 raised to the power 2. This is your final answer. It means you have got this expression in this way. Here the base is 2 and the power is 5. Here also we have the base 2, but the power is different, which is 3. So when the same base having different power is expressed in the form of ratio, or we can say one index number is divided by another index number but the base are same, then we can write 2 raised to the power 5, and this 3 will go to upward where it becomes minus 3. Okay. And the final answer is 2 raised to the power 2. So the next formula is a raised to the power m by a raised to the power n is equal to a raised to the power m minus n. This is our next formula. Okay. A raised to the power m by a raised to the power n. Here the index number is in the form of ratio, that is one index number is being divided by another index number. So in this case the power of the expression in denominator will get subtracted from the power of expression in the numerator, and the base will be same. Okay. Third formula is if we write 1 by a to the power m, then in the form of index we can write it a raised to the power minus m. It means if this denominator is moved to numerator, its power and the sign of its power will change. Okay. Similarly, you can write a raised to the power m is equal to, this is in numerator, you can write it like this, a raised to the power m by 1. So you can also write it like this, 1 upon a raised to the power minus n. If this moves downward, the sign of power will change, and if it moves upward, then also the sign of power will change. It means if you move a number from denominator to numerator, the sign of power will change. In the same way, if you move a number, index number, from numerator to denominator, in that case also the sign of power will change. So this is very simple. This is another formula. As for example, if somebody writes 1 by a, this means here the power of a is 1. So if you write this in index form, it means this a to the power 1 is moved to the numerator, then it will be a raised to the power minus 1. Okay, because if there is no power in the expression, it means the power is 1. Okay. The next formula is a raised to the power 0. Anything raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. This is very easy. Anything raised to the power 0 is equal to 1. Okay. Next formula. A raised to the power m whole to the power n is equal to a raised to the power m into n. This is very important formula. Let us understand this with a suitable example here. Okay. Let us write 2 cube raised to the power 4. Now if you write a raised to the power 4, it means a is multiplied to itself for 4 times. So simply this whole quantity will be multiplied for 4 times. So we can write 2 cube into 2 cube into 2 cube into 2 cube. Now in all these quantities the base are same and the powers are also same. So for convenient we can use this formula. The base are same and there is sign of multiplication between them, so we can simply add the powers 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. So you get 2 raised to the power 12. So instead of doing this lot of steps, we can directly find the answer by multiplying power to the power. 2 raised to the power 3 into 4. So your answer is 2 raised to the power 12. So this is the formula. A raised to the power m raised to the power n is equal to a raised to the power m into n. Okay. So I have written here 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. These are 5 important formula which we will use in the exercise. There is one more formula in which we have different base but same power. Okay. That is only one case. Like this. A raised to the power m into b raised to the power n. Sorry, m. Powers are same. Here the base are different but powers are same. So we can write it like this. A into b raised to the power m. As for example, if somebody writes 2 square into 3 square, then what is the value? 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. 3 square means 3 into 3 into 3 and 2 square means 2 into 2. So you get the answer 2 2 is 4, 3 3 is 9. So the answer is 36. You can also find the answer using this formula. 2 raised to the power 2 into 3 raised to the power 2. The base are different but the powers are same. So you can use this formula and the answer will be 2 into 3 raised to the power 2. That is 6 raised to the power 2. That is 36. So this is a very shortcut formula to find the answer. In your books you may see different formulas. They all are derived from this simple formula. Okay. So you don't need to memorize a lot of formulas for a single exercise. You just try to understand the concept. Even you understand this concept, you can derive all these formulas. Okay. So the basic formula are summarized here and we will use these formulas while solving the problems based on indices. Okay. So now we should try to do some problems based on indices so that the concept may get more clear. Okay, so let's start some problems. So here I have taken 4 questions and we will do these questions one by one. But before starting to do these questions, I will write all the formulas here so that while using that formula, I will indicate you about the formula used. Okay, so I will write it here. The first formula is a to the power m into a to the power n is equal to a to the power m plus n. Second is a to the power m by a to the power n is equal to a to the power m minus n. Third formula is a to the power m whole to the power n is equal to a to the power m into n. Fourth formula is a to the power 0 is equal to 1. Fifth formula is a to the power minus 1 is equal to 1 by a to the power 1, that is 1 by a. This formula is related to moving the quantity in numerator to denominator and denominator to numerator. Okay. And the last one is a to the power m into b to the power m is equal to a into b to the power m whole to the power m. Okay. These are formula which we are going to use. Okay. So let's start with the first question. The first question is a to the power minus 1 plus b to the power minus 1 upon a b whole to the power minus 1. So you can use this formula. If base is raised to the power minus 1, then we can write 1 by base. So we can write it 1 upon a for this plus 1 upon b whole upon this whole is raised to the power minus 1. So we can write 1 upon ab. Okay. You take the LCM ab and here you get b plus a whole upon again you have 1 by ab. So it will cancel out and the answer is b plus a, or you can write a plus b. This is your answer of first question. So the steps are very easy. We have used only one formula, that is a raised to the power minus 1 is equal to 1 upon a. It means if any base is raised to the power minus 1, then we can write 1 upon that base. Okay. This is also similar question. Let's do it. Number 2. X raised to the power minus 1 into y raised to the power minus 1 upon x raised to the power minus 1 plus y raised to the power minus 1. So you can write it 1 upon x into 1 upon y, because here there is the sign of multiplication, and here you can write 1 upon x plus 1 upon y. So here you have 1 upon x into y, because 1 into 1 is equal to 1 and x into y is equal to xy. In the denominator, take the LCM xy and it becomes y plus x. Again this cancels out and the answer is 1 by x plus y. This is your answer of second question. Again this question is very easy question. Just by using one formula you can get the answer. Third question. This is very important question. Let's do it. I am writing with red color so that you will be very careful about this question. Okay. 27 raised to the power 2n by 3 into 8 raised to the power minus n by 6 upon 18 raised to the power minus n by 2. First of all, you try to write the numbers in the form of index number. As for example, 27 can be written as this 27, 3 9 are 27, 3 3 are. So you can write 27 is equal to 3 raised to the power 3. So you can write 3 raised to the power 3 to the power 2n by 3. Similarly, for 8 you can write 2 cube. If you factorize it, 2 4 is 8, 2 2 is 4. So 2 cube is equal to 8. 2 cube to the power minus n by 6. And if you factorize 18, 2 9 is 18 and 3 3 is 9. So 18 is equal to 2 into 3 square. So you just write it like this, 2 into 3 square to the power minus n by 2. Okay. Now use this formula, a to the power m whole to the power m n is equal to a to the power m into n. So here we have the same case, 3 raised to the power 3 whole to the power 2n by 3. So these powers will multiply together. So we get 3 into 2n by 3. into 2 into 3 into minus n upon 6 whole upon this 2 has power 1. So 1 will multiply to minus n by 2 and this 3 has power 2. So this will multiply with minus n by 2. So you can write it like this: 2 raised to the power 1 into minus n by 2 into 3 raised to the power 2 into minus n by 2. Now this 3 and 3 will cancel. 3 2 ja 6 and 2 and 2 will cancel. So you get 3 raised to the power 2n into 2 raised to the power minus n by 2 whole upon 2 raised to the power minus n by 2 into 3 raised to the power minus n. So these two quantities will cancel out and here we have 3 raised to the power 2n by 3 raised to the power minus n. Now the base are same but powers are different. So we can move this whole quantity to the numerator. So we can write it like this: 3 raised to the power 2n into, this is very important step. If you bring this from denominator to numerator, the sign of power will change. Here we have the power minus n, but if you move this quantity to numerator, the sign of power will change and it will become n. Okay, this is very important step. And now the step is very simple. Now we will use the formula a to the power m into a to the power n is equal to a to the power m plus n. The base are same, powers are different, so you just have to add these powers. So 3 to the power 2n plus n. So your answer is 3 to the power 3n. Okay, this is your answer. I will write it here. This is your answer. Okay. So the steps are very simple. You just need to factorize the number so that you can write it in simple form and then cancel out the quantities which get cancelled out, and then finally use the formula, this first formula, which is very important formula, and it will be used very often in the chapter indices. Now the last question, this one. This is even more important question than question number 3. So let's try to do this question. Okay, I will do it here. Question number 4. 5 into 25 to the power n plus 1 minus 25 into 5 to the power 2n upon 5 into 5 to the power 2n plus 3 minus 25 to the power n plus 1. So you know 25 can be written as 5 square. So you just write that 5 to the power 1 into 5 square to the power n plus 1 minus 5 square into 5 to the power 2n whole upon 5 to the power 1 into 5 to the power, it can be written as 5 to the power 2n plus 3 minus 5 square to the power n plus 1. So you get 5 to the power 1 into 5 to the power 2n plus 1. 2n plus 2 actually, okay. 2n plus 2 minus 5 to the power 2 into 5 to the power 2n. When you multiply 2 into n plus 1 like this, 2 into n plus 1, you get 2n plus 2. So I have written here 2n plus 2 whole upon 5 to the power 1 into 5 to the power 2n plus 3 minus 5 to the power, again you multiply 2 with n plus 1, so you will get 2n plus 2. Now there is one important step. Look here. If you write a to the power m into a to the power n, then you can write it a to the power m plus n. So if I write a to the power m plus n, I can also write a to the power m into a to the power n. As for example, if I write a to the power 5 plus 7, I can write a to the power 5 into a to the power 7. So we are going to use this concept here, here and here. Okay. So let's use it. 5 to the power 1 into, here we can write 5 to the power 2n into 5 to the power 2. Look here. A to the power 5 plus 7 can be written as a to the power 5 into a to the power 7. So 5 to the power 2n plus 2 can be written as 5 to the power 2n into 5 to the power 2. In the same way, we will also apply this concept to the denominator. Here we can write 5 to the power 1 into 5 to the power 2n into 5 to the power 3 minus 5 to the power 2n into 5 to the power 2. Okay. In the numerator, you can take common 5 to the power 2n into 5 square. 5 to the power 2n into 5 square. Here you will get 5 and here you will get 1. 5 minus 1. Now in denominator, you can take common 5 to the power 2n. Okay. And here you will get 5 to the power 1 into 5 to the power 3 minus 5 square. So this will cancel out. Now you have 5 square into 4 upon. Now look, this is 5 into 5 to the power 1 into 5 to the power 3. So you can write it like this: 5 into 5 into 5 into 5 minus 5 square. So you can also take common 5 square from this. 5 square into 4 upon 5 square common. Here you will get 5 square will be left here and here we will have 1. So this will cancel out and you will get 4 upon 25 minus 1. That is 4 upon 24. So your answer is 1 upon 6. This is your answer. Okay. So this is very important question. We have expanded using the formula of indices, and then we are able to do this question very easily. Okay. This is very important question. Try to understand once and then try to do it by yourself. If this question is clear to you, then I hope you have gained 75% concept of this chapter. Because if these two questions are easy for you, then you are able to do all type of question. Almost all type of questions can be done by you. Okay. So try to understand these two questions. These are very important questions regarding this exercise. Okay. If you are able to do this question, then I hope you can do 75% of the questions of this exercise. Okay. And there are few important cases which I will discuss in the next class. But try to understand this concept and try to solve as much as you can. Okay. That's all.